Hey guys, this is Editing Caitlin here because past me actually forgot to intro this video. I remember filming the first clip and thinking, look, I'm in bed, I'm tired, I'll intro it later, and then completely forgot to do it. So this is the intro. If you were subscribed to me a few months back, you would have seen that I did a Rating My Library's Romance collection, and I asked if you guys wanted a part 2, and so many of you said yes. So here is the part 2.
This isn't a very flattering angle. Good morning. I'm about to start reading Base Instincts by Larissa Ione. I'm assuming that's how you say it. I'm pretty sure this is a novella in a much larger series, but I'm pretty sure the whole series is MF and this is the only MM aspect of it. So I've been told I can read this as a standalone, so that is exactly what we're going to do. What I have gathered from the blurb is that we're living in a world where there are like vampires and demons, succubi, all that kind of thing. And we have a demon named Raze who's gay but needs to have sex with women in order to survive. It's a rather unfortunate predicament. I don't quite understand how it works, but I guess we're going to get that explanation. Then we have another demon, I'm assuming he's a demon, named Slake, who is an assassin. And he's like, I want this dude. And the other dude's like, well, I will probably quite literally die if I have sex with you. So this could either be really good or really, really bad. It's a little bit later. I am just about to head out to work, but I wanted to update you guys before I forgot. I am a couple of chapters in, and I know that this is a novella, so it is moving rather quickly, but I kind of read the blurb to you guys. So my dumbass should have figured out that if a demon needs sex with a female to survive, then we will most likely be reading sex scenes that feature a female partner. And yet somehow that didn't click in my brain. And so it got up to a sex scene and I was like, what are you doing here? I must say though, we haven't really gotten an explanation though as to why our main character can't have sex with a male. Like, it's just kind of stated like, yeah, I can have sex with one, but a female has to be nearby or involved. And we don't actually get an explanation as to why. It's just kind of like, yeah, that's just the way it is. I'm like, am I missing something? Was something explained maybe earlier on in the series and they just kind of expect you to know it since you're diving in halfway through? I have no idea. I'm not the biggest fan though. So we'll see how this goes. It's technically the next day because it's like 12:30. I am 74 pages in. Have to say, not that invested. I just kind of want to see what happens. So yeah, it's not torture to read it. That's a step up from the last part. Called it. Had a feeling. Hello, I'm back in bed. Surprise, surprise. If you can hear anything in the background, excuse that. My dad and brother are watching TV. So cool. We have finished this bad boy. I finished it this morning. I honestly don't really know what my thoughts are on it. I don't really think I have any. If I had to give it a rating out of 5, it'd probably be about a 3. Only because I feel absolutely horrible rating anything lower than a 3 unless I think it's absolute trash that should go in the bin. I enjoyed this. I did. I was intrigued enough to see where it went. Did I enjoy it thoroughly? That's a different matter, because no, not really. I am going to go a little bit into spoiler territory at the moment. If you don't care, feel free to keep watching. If you do care, I'll put a time up here somewhere that you can skip to if you don't want to be spoiled. Either way, we're going to go through the blurb, and I'm going to tell you what this book said we would get, and then what we actually got. Thankfully, he and his best friend, Fail, have an arrangement that keeps him alive, if lonely. There really was no friendship developed in this book whatsoever. It's kind of just like, look, you're a bit of a manipulative bitch, and even though I'm thinking it, I'm gonna pretend that I don't, and apparently we're friends. Symbiotic relationship. What he doesn't count on is being caught himself by a web of lies and his attraction to Raze. There isn't really a web of lies to be caught in. We'll get back to that. Reyes and Slake must navigate a dangerous world to be together. Makes it sound like they go on some big-ass journey. They really don't. But as Fail's jealousy of their relationship turns deadly, they find themselves embroiled in a battle not only for their love, but their lives and souls. That little snippet really makes it sound like Reyes and Fail had this little symbiotic relationship going on. I don't even know if that's the right term, we're just gonna roll with it. There were no feelings involved on either end. Reyes falls in love with Slake. Now they're in a little happy relationship. Fail's over here all by her lonesome. She turns into this raging psychotic, wait, I got that the wrong way around. Raging psychotic ex, there we go, tries to cause bodily harm to either Reyes or Slake, and they have to navigate a way to capture her together and get her back to her family so that they can be in love. That's not what happened at all, actually. Anyway, little bit of a summary. I feel like our characters fell in love after like 2 seconds, and it really just wasn't realistic. It was kind of like, oh my god, like, you are the only male I've ever actually thought about having something more than just sex with. And it's like, you've literally known him for 10 seconds. And then this whole thing with Slake having to get Fail back in order to save his soul. I was like, surely there's got to be like, maybe this is the journey that they go on. They go on a journey to get Fail so that he can get his soul back. And then Reyes is like, yo, I'm going to call in a favor. Satan's alive, but he's kind of in jail. I know the current ruler of hell. I'm going to ask him to buy your soul. And instead of there being all this, I'm like, I have the high ground, I am going to buy your soul from this dick, he just whips out a piece of parchment out of nowhere like fucking Harry Potter and goes, there you go, just sign down the bottom. Slake signs it. Next thing you know, he's like, poof, you're free. What the shit? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, what happened? What you doing? You're looking pretty. Excusing the fact that I'm once again in bed filming this clip. Hello. It is a couple days later. I'm about to move on to the next book in this reading vlog, which is Imago by Anna Walker. I do have the books. So my library has copies of Imago and Imagines books 1 and 2 in this series. Duology. What you doing? Okay, no, don't bite it. She's just... Stop it! Go away. Nudge something else. As I was saying, we do have books 1 and 2 in this little duology, and then I will also be reading the little 2.5, which is also the Red Dirt Hearts 4.5, because I held off on reading that until I started this series. I wanted to be able to reminisce with both of them. So we're going to marathon these. I am going to read it on my Kindle instead of reading the paperbacks, just because I'm not really in the paperback mood at the moment. I just really want to read something on my Kindle. I'm just jumping in real quick to show you that my cat has curled herself up in the hood of my hiking bag, and it is honestly the cutest thing I've ever seen. Look at you. Oh, yes. You can keep sleeping. Okay, little update. I am 52% of the way through Imago. I am really enjoying it so far. It's honestly flying by. I don't know if it's just I'm enjoying it that much that I'm not noticing how quickly it's going by, or if it's just a little bit shorter than I thought it was. I have no idea. I cannot believe I waited so long to delve into this book, honestly. Why did I think that Anna Walker could ever disappoint me? I do want to point out though, there is only one thing in this book that I've kind of been like, that's the butterfly kisses. This is the second time they've popped up in this book. The first time I was like, oh okay, like that's cute, I guess. Like, if I have read this wrong and it's actually like something cute, please let me know, but I'm pretty sure that his like butterfly kisses are when he like flutters his eyelashes against his cheek, and all I'm thinking is they're in the middle of this like really hot makeout session, and next thing you know he just pulls away and he's like against the side of his face. And I can't unsee it. Like, I know it's meant to be cute, but every time it comes up I can't help but laugh. I did just get a little distracted on TikTok. But can I just say, okay, I'm not going to have a conversation while I'm lying down like this. I think it was last year that I decided that the content I posted on YouTube was mainly going to focus on romance. In the past, I kind of uploaded a little bit of everything. It was romance, it was YA, it was whatever I felt like reading at that point in time, which is fine. Like, that's what I read, so that's what I posted about. But then I started reading strictly romance, and so I was like, well, my content is also going to change, and I wasn't really sure how that was going to affect my YouTube channel because I didn't really know how many people would find me, if people would unsubscribe since I wasn't really talking about YA anymore. And I was like, you know what though, I just need to not care. Like, it's not about the numbers. I don't post on YouTube for the numbers or for anything like that. I post because I like to. I post because it's a hobby of mine. Like, I love to create videos about the books that I read, and I love talking to people, or even just like pretending that I'm talking to people about the books that I read. And so when I get comments from you guys about the books that I'm mentioning, it honestly makes me so excited because it feels like I'm having a chat with like a good friend about the same books that we've read, which I love. I wrote down in October last year, so about 5 months ago, that I was just over 300 subscribers. My YouTube was very slow to grow, especially considering I didn't post very consistently and it was a bit of a mess, to be honest. So here we are in March 2022. I have almost 850 subscribers, and it kind of blows my mind. That kind of astounds me. Like, where did you all come from? I don't really promote my YouTube anywhere. I just kind of let it do its thing, and somehow we ended up here. So thank you. If you watch my videos, if you're subscribed, if you comment, like, thanks. Okay, apologies if you can hear the washing machine in the background. I just finished the book and it was so good. That's kind of everything that I was hoping we were going to get in that book, and it was fabulous. I have no idea what we're going to talk about in book 2, but I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm so keen to just delve straight into it, but I figured I'd better update you guys first. I also finally looked up how you're actually supposed to pronounce the title of this book, because I've been going around calling it Imago the whole time. Imago. But anyway, we have finished reading Imago, and now we're going to delve into book 2, which is Imagines. Before I delve into book 2, it has just occurred to me that I haven't actually told you guys what Imago is about, so maybe I should do that. In Imago, we are following lepidopterist Lawson Gale as he travels down to Tasmania for a little bit more than a week in search of these butterflies that may or may not actually exist. While in Tasmania, Lawson meets Jack Brighton, who is a Parks and Land officer. His jurisdiction is exactly the place that Lawson needs to search in order to try and find these butterflies. So they end up spending a lot more time together than either of them expected, and there is definitely an instant attraction and chemistry between them that could quite possibly lead to something more. But how can it when Jack lives in Tasmania and Lawson lives in Melbourne? It's a bit of a dilemma, but it is so adorable. I absolutely loved it. I honestly think I'm gonna rate this one maybe 4 or 4.5 stars. I'm so keen for book 2, honestly. Not gonna lie, I do not remember the last time I picked up this camera. All I can tell you is that I have finished book 2, which was Imagines. I absolutely loved it, probably just as much as, if not more, than book 1, just because it features a little trope or aspect that I absolutely love, which is where our main protagonist gets injured and then our second protagonist is fawning and fussing and freaking out, and I love it. I am obsessed, and our Walker does it so well. And there go the neighbor dogs. Do you mind? I have yet to be disappointed by an NR Walker book. I am going to wrap up this vlog here, but before I finish up, I just wanted to say that I am currently reading the 2.5 in the Imago series, which is also Red Dirt Heart's 4.5. And if you don't know, Red Dirt Heart is another series that NR Walker has. It is a 4-book series. 1, 2, and 3 are the main series, and then number 4, I'm pretty sure, is all 3 of them, but told from our second protagonist's point of view. But yes, like I said, I am going to wrap up this vlog here. I have no idea how long it is or if it's even YouTube worthy, but here you go. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below if you'd like to see similar content. There is one more book that I mentioned in the first part of this series that I did not get to. I forget the title, but it's by Roan Parrish. If you want to see a part 3 where I read that book and possibly find another one in my library as well that I haven't mentioned yet, then let me know down below, because I love filming these videos. I love being able to read new MM romances, some of which I have never heard before. Let us just say as well, this video was definitely more of a success than part 1, considering in part 1 I read 3 books and I DNF'd 2 of them. I didn't enjoy the first book that I read in this vlog, but I didn't DNF it, so I'm counting it as a win. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another video.